Hello everyone, welcome to EduTechGyan YouTube channel. Today we are going to see another video of the on the real-time scenario of Azure Data Factory. This is a part 2 video. Part 1 I already covered. You can watch this video. So in the part 1 video, what we see, we create a dynamic folder creation based on the file last modified date. This is for single file we created last time, right? And we store that dynamic creation in the Azure Blob Storage. So this is the second part. Here what we are going to cover multiple file. If we have a multiple file and the modified dates are different, so how we are going to cover that thing, means how we are going to create a dynamic folder for each date, and we store the respective file into that folder. So that we are going to cover in this video tutorial. Okay, so let's go to the Azure portal first. Okay, so I'm on the Azure portal. Here we have a storage account, right? I have this storage account, SFTP. Okay. Inside this, I have two folders. One is input and another one is output. So inside the input folder, we have few files. Like we have three files. So if you closely look into this file one, we have file one date is 4th of August 2023. Okay, and file 2 and 3 date is 10th of August. Okay, so these are the two dates. So what we are going to cover here is in this tutorial. So in the output folder, if you see output, currently we don't have. So in this output folder, we are going to create one file. Like I'll show you. Last time we covered these scenarios. Now what is our target is? Our target is like this. We have output folder. Inside the output folder, we are going to create one folder is with the year, then month, and after that inside this we have one folder is called date. Inside the date we have file 1, and the same way we have the another path similar to the same, only here we have a date 10. Okay, and in this folder 10 folder we have two file like 2, and another file is 3, right? So this is how now we are going to save these files. So let me quickly go to the portal again here. So let's go to the ADF factory. Okay, we are going to use ADF for that. So here we don't have currently anything, no data set, nothing here. So let's quickly I'll show you first the link service. We have a blob storage link service already created. Okay, so now we are going to create a data set first. So we'll create first blob for the I have a text file, so that's why I'm printing this file. So in this we are going to create input data set first. We use this same insert this. Here we need to select the path. Inside the download we have input folder, right? We are going to select the folder, and we are selected the header connected. Now we're clicking the OK. Okay, so here we are. Now I need to give a dynamic name. I need to pass dynamic name here. So let me create parameter here, data set, file name, input file name. I'll give some input file. Okay, I created this parameter. Let's call this parameter here. So here data set is ds.sd. Okay, so now go back to this. Let's call that name here, data set input file. Okay, so this one data set is done. From this we can get the file name individual. Based on the file name we can get the file. So now we are going to create another data set that is for output. Same, I need to select this to give name like output data set. Okay, I'm selecting this blob. Here we need to select the output folder path. So let me select output. I have selected this one as well. No need to select actually from connection, but local it. It's not an issue for us. See, what is that? Because the output activity don't have the connection. Okay, so let me select this. Okay, we don't need to select. Okay, now here what we need to do, we have to pass the file name as well, because we are creating a folder creation based on the name and directory. Okay, so again we're going to create one parameter, dataset output file name. This is file name with directory, and I'll make it as something like path plus file name. Okay, we are going to pass the path as well as the file. Okay, so now we are going to call this here. Okay, so two things are done. We need one more data set, input data set. So generally actually we use two, right, input and output, but we need one more. Why we need one more? There is a reason, because we are going to select all the files from the folder, not a specific file. Okay, so what we can do, I'll tell you when we implement in a pipeline, so you can understand that. So let me quickly create one more data set. Like I'll give you like input data set list. Okay, I'll give you list, file list. Okay, file list. So we are going to select a file list. Okay, let me create it. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just click on OK. We have to select the location. Input folder. We are going to select the folder only. Okay. So here I selected download input, but we are not passing anything in the file. Okay. So in that case, what will happen? It will return all the files. Okay. So these three things are done. Let me save this quickly. These three are done. Okay. Now we are going to the creating new pipeline. So I'll give pipeline name as a multiple folder creations. Okay. Like this I given him. Now what we are going to do first is here is we are going to use a get metadata. In get metadata, what we are going to get, we are get the file list first, because we need a list how many files we have there. So for that, what we are going to do, we are going to select this, the file list what we created now, third data set. This is the we need, because this we have a list of files. So this is we selected. Now here in the field list, what we are going to select, last time we selected modified date, because that time we have only one file, but this time we have multiple files. So we are going to select child item. So whatever the items inside the folder, that we are going to select. So this is done. Let me debug it. So with the help of this, it will return it. This will return a list actually to us. What happened? I'm going to save this one as well. It is something is in here that I have to check what is happening. Let me go back to the Part-2 once again. What I did, I have selected the child address. Okay, let me quickly check. This is correct. There is no issue with this. We have already given them. We need to debug it again. Let me quickly check. started, yeah, executed. So there is some maybe some glitch happen. Okay, so now we'll see the output. So if you can see here in the output window, we can see all three files here. Okay, so let me do one thing quickly. Not whole thing we cannot copy, don't need it actually, so we just copy this part into the notepad file. Okay, so copy this to our notepad, so we have this. Okay, so now we have a file list, right? So once we have a file list, now what we have to do, we have to check the modified date of each file. Okay, each file. So for that, what we need a for each loop. So let me use for each property here, and we need to pass this child list to this. Okay, and here we need to do some settings. We are going to use a sequential select. Okay, so in a sequence it will select. So here we need to pass this child list of the output completely. Now inside this, what we need to do, we again use a get metadata activity. Okay, so this will what will happen here, get last modified date. I'll give this name so there is no confusion on that. And here what we are going to do, we are going to select data set of whatever the for each loop will return. What it will return? It will return the name, right? We have a name property here, so that we need to select here dot, we need to pass name. So whatever the name we select, so it will go to this input data set and pick that file, and it will return we need a last modified date of that file. So we need to select that field here, what we need from this. So we need a last modified, so we select it, right? So this is how we can achieve the last modified till now. So let's quickly do one thing. We can execute till this. So what we'll get, we will get a list of all the three times it will execute actually, because we have a 3 files, right? So it will execute 3 times and we'll get a date of 3. See, 2 is done, third one is executing. So we got a 3 dates, right? So if you can see get last modified, so here we have a last modified date. If you can see, this is a 4 file 1, this is a 10, right? So this is what we are getting here. So let me copy only this part to the notepad. Okay, so here in this file, if you see the date format is not what we are expecting, right? So for that we need to convert it actually in our specific format, so that I'll cover now. So let me do things. Okay, let's get back to this. So now what we are going to do, we go inside, we have now last modified date. So now what we are going to do, we are going to copy that file to output folder. So what we are going to do, we are going to pass this to this, and here sorry, that is my mistake, I thought it is zoom out. So reset it. Okay, so we have this, we have selected this. So now we have to pass this source data. What is our source data is same input file. What we are going to do here is we are going to pass the same dot name, right? We are going to pass a name. So based on that name we are going to pick the file, right? So remaining is everything is okay, and based on that, here in the output side we need to pass a file name, right? So what we are going to do is here is here we have activity, if you can see, right? So in that activity, if you can see, we have a lot of things like it will return a modified date as well, right? Like what we selected. This is right. This is the our last modified date output. So if let me copy this here, but we need a like this one. So what we are going to do, we are going to use a substring. Like we used in the last video as well. If you know the substring, if you don't, so you can check the last video. Substring we are going to use. Okay, in the substring, if you see the definition, what it will do, it will use a string, and there we need to pass the index and the number of character what we want. Okay? So we are going to use this substring here. So in this substring part, what we are going to achieve, first we need a date. So like we have a date, this is our date. So we use pass the substring. Inside the substring, what we need to pass, we need to pass the actual date what we are getting, right? This one what we are receiving. So we don't need to pass again at date because we already have at date. So we need to pass that thing first, then comma, then index. We are getting year, so that's why index is 0. First is year, then 4 character of year we need, that is 2023. So one thing is done. Now the second thing is month. Our month is like XY, like we have 8, so I'll mention it as 8. In this, our index position is what? 4, 5. So our index position is 5th. Like if you can see, if you count till this, so you will get a 5th. Okay. After that, we need 2 characters. Okay. So this is a month. Now what we need a day. So day will be like 4 or 10 as per our data. So now here the date parameter as the point of 8 actually. If you count the character like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. At the here we need to mention 8 and then we get a 2. So now what we need to do, we have to combine all the parameters together like this. Okay, like this we need to make. So for that, what we are going to do here is, we are going to use actually one function is here, like concat. If you can see, concat is there, concat, right? So what concat is doing, if you see the definition, it will combine everything. So you need to just use this concat, and we need to pass the value with the comma. Okay, so I'm going to use the concat here. So let me quickly go back to this screen. Here we have to pass a concat. So now we already have at the rate, so we don't need that. So what we are going to do, we are going to use this. First is year, then comma. What we need a for. Here is one slash, right, in between. Then again comma. Then we need a month, right? So we are going to use a month, comma, again slash, again we need a day. So we are going to use a day here. Okay, comma, again slash, right? After these, what we need actually, we need file name actually, right? We are passing a file name. So for getting a file name, we already have one for each here, right? If you see for each dot name, if you pass this, so this will return a file name, right? This will return as a file name. So in that case, what we can do is, here we can copy these and we paste it here after comma. So this will combine a name, right? So let me copy this, put it here, whole thing. So if you can see what is happening here, says unrecognized. Okay, so there is something. Let me check quickly. Activity we are getting. In the activity, what we are getting a file name as well. Oh, sorry, we don't put the at the rate. Okay, that is my mistake. Okay, so this is okay. Now we need to save this. So we have passed the complete path with the file. Okay, so source and sync is also done. Now what we are going to do, we are going to execute this whole flow. So if you see once more time the output folder, we don't have anything here, right? So we don't have any file here or any folder. So let me execute this quickly. So it will create year folder, then inside that month folder, and set that to date folder, because we have two different dates, 8 and 10, sorry, 4th and 10th August. So this will generate. Okay, it started executing. One loop is done, another is started. So it is done. And then it's working. Okay, so it is green, so it is done, everything is done. So now let's go to the output folder here. See, year is created, inside month is also created, and inside if you see two date folder is created. One is 4th, so inside 4th we have a file of 4th of that month, that is file 1, and in the 10th we have file 2 and 3. So if we go back to the input folder, so you can see this is a employee 1 file is in the date 4, and employee 2 and 3 file is in the date 10. So this is how we can achieve these things. Okay, so that's it for the video. We will see in the next video the another way of creation of this folder based on the file name, right? So whatever the file name we have, based on that we can create a folder structure. So that is what the next part is. Okay, so have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on this educational and technological adventure at EduTechGyan. We hope you enjoyed the content and gained valuable insights to help you on your learning journey. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest uploads. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas for future videos, we'd love to hear from you in the comment section below. Remember, knowledge is power, and with EduTechGyan, you'll always be ahead in the game. Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep embracing the wonders of education and technology. Stay curious.